and welcome to Backstage. I'm Sarah Edwards. He's been Hollywood's bad boy, but now Colin Farrell gets to play the bad boy on the big screen. Our Sarah Zapp caught up with the star in Los Angeles as his new movie, Pride and Glory, hits theaters this week. Colin Farrell is the big story of the day.
She said it was Jimmy.
First things first, they're dead. Our money's missing. There's only one of those things we can get back. We stay out in front of the task force on this. Oh, you got a gun, you got a shield, so you got passports. Every block of the 5 boroughs till we find our money.
You gotta tell me. Talk to me.
Well, first of all, I have to say, there's something that you are so good at about being so bad in this movie.
Right.
You know, I love that about you. You like that bad guy kind of character? I mean, he's got so many layers to him.
Yeah, he, on one hand, you know, if you were to sit in judgment of a character like Jimmy Egan, it's fairly clear which side of the fence you would place him on with regard to the corruption and the level of violence that he exists within. But on the other hand, approaching it as I did, as somebody who was going to render him on film, you look beneath the actions and you look for a cause for each action that's committed. And I mean, it was all born of his love for his family and his desperate need and desire to keep that family unit together. And it just spiraled out of control in the telling of the tale. It's quite an extreme fall from grace.
You lost your mind?
Mayor goes on TV. He moans the 3 ones lost. He gives the rest of us a clean bill of health. What's the problem?
I asked you point blank, were you involved in this, and what did you say to me?
Being a dad is part of your character. Do you, personally, being a dad, look at the role differently?
Oh, I'm sure you do. Not consciously. It's one of those things, you know, being inside it, I wouldn't tell you how you look at it differently, but you know, I would look at a role differently today, literally, than I would look at it yesterday. You know, the changes that happen in a person's life are very subtle, and some are less subtle, like being a father, of course, changes your perspective on certain things. So, yeah, I'm sure I would look at it differently.
You know, do you feel like you're at a different place now in terms of the way that you've grown in your career than when you first started out?
Oh, God, I hope so. It's shocking to think I was the exact same place as I was 10 years ago.
Are you where you thought you'd be?
Am I where I thought I'd be? No, I didn't even think I'd be anywhere.
Thought you'd be playing football in Ireland?
I fancied the idea of it for a while, but I was never good enough. I fancied the notion of it until I was about 14 or 15, but no, I wasn't good enough. And that was what I wanted to do, and I'd still trade all this in a second to wear an Irish jersey and sing the Irish national anthem hour on a fee and once in front of 50,000 people in Lansdowne Road.
You know, I bet a few of those guys who are out there on the field probably envy where you've taken your life.
The grass is always greener, man.
Isn't it, though?
Yeah.
It's great to see you in this one.
Cheers, thank you.
Thanks a lot, really appreciate it.
Thanks a minute.
This ends tonight.
Musician Frank Catalano bought his first saxophone at the age of 12, got a lucky break at 17, toured with Santana at 18, and became the youngest saxophonist ever voted into the Downbeat Critics poll. Stars like John Legend and Jennifer Lopez have all invited Frank to contribute to their albums, and this Chicago boy has also played with Herbie Hancock and Tony Bennett. His new CD, Bang, debuted at number 12 on the Billboard charts, and we are thrilled to have Frank and the rest of his quartet right here in our Backstage studios. Welcome, Frank.
Thanks, Sarah. Thanks for having us.
I heard you rehearsing. You sound fantastic. And first of all, let's do first things first. Could you introduce the quartet?
For sure. Rick Drum over here on drums. I'm going to do the applause. He's the coolest, most modest drummer I know, because usually drummers are so almost overbearing. Yeah. So yeah, to not get the rhythm chopped is rare. Adam Whitson over here on bass.
Great.
And Dean Ambar over here on guitar.
Wonderful. And Frank, your story is absolutely amazing. You started playing saxophone at 10. Why?
You know, the honest answer, and I wish I had a better one, is that I just thought it looked cool, because I didn't even know what it sounded like. Yeah, I was in 5th grade. I was like 9, going on 10. And I actually wanted to play the tuba because my family was real into football, and I'd see the tuba at the marching, bands. Sure. And at the halftime football games, and my mom's like, "You're never gonna get that on the school bus." So she's like, "What
so
about?"
She's being practical.
Yeah. So she's kind of like, "Let's look at some other stuff, maybe trumpet, trombone." And the band director couldn't demonstrate the saxophone; he demonstrated all the other ones. And I thought, well, this seems challenging. It's got all the keys and buttons and stuff, and I thought it looked cool. So I just kind of rolled with the saxophone.
All right, well, we're going to send people to your website, which is frankcatalanomusic.com.
It's just catalanomusic.com.
Gotcha, catalanomusic.com, and they can see where you're touring. They can look to buy your new CD, Bang, which is doing so great. It's everywhere, right? You were telling me, Borders
Pretty
and
much everywhere where
online.
they sell music, or yeah.
Cool. All right, so what are you going to start off with from your new CD?
We're going to start off with a song that we debuted about 6 months ago in Tokyo, and it's on our newest CD, and it's called Funky Dunky.
All right, Frank Catalano and the guys, take it away. Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah.